Obviously, it's another positive that he's out on the ice today. He's been on the ice every day here for the last 3 or 4 days and is showing improvement. I can't tell you that he's going to be available to us tomorrow or the next day or the next day after that. It'll be a decision that'll take some thought and some okay from him, basically, and then we'll make the decision whether it goes or not in the situation we're presented with, obviously.
And the fact that Paul Ranger was out on the ice?
Yeah, another one that is recovering from the stiff neck. Obviously, the hit that he took from the Killorn in the Tampa game looked pretty severe. But the situation is that no concussion-like symptoms, none of that stuff. More along the lines, just a stiff neck, jammed his neck up, and he's been skating. He's skated yesterday here when we were in New Jersey.
Given the 5 straight losses, Randy, does that factor at all into the decision on Bernier in terms of a push to bring him back, or?
No, we as an organization and as staff, you're always asking your players when they're ready, and all we can do is ask. The question is he feel comfortable, or any player feel comfortable they can come back in and give you 100%. It's obviously there's outside pressures that come when you're not having the success that we're not having right now, but that's something that has to be a sidebar. The player's health is paramount.
You hear the comments in the room. Guys have Reimer's back during these days. It seems like. What does that tell you about the dressing room?
Well, again, it's part of the team, and we've stated before, we win and lose as a team. There isn't a guy in there, and there isn't a coach in there that hasn't made mistakes. So we're all vulnerable to mistakes, and that's what the game is made up of. So when mistakes do happen, as there was mistakes last night, and bad changes. We changed in situations we shouldn't have changed. Players got in behind us. We pinched when we shouldn't have pinched. Give up a 2-on-1. Those are the things that happen within the game, and what we have to do is we have to, again, limit our mistakes. We're making too many of them that are costing us in the hockey games.
How do you keep a team with their head in the game right now when it, 5 losses in a row and it's kind of gut check time of whether you're a playoff team or not a playoff team?
Well, I don't think that you can focus on anything other than the start of tomorrow night's game. You can't focus on all of the other outside distractions or noise or things that go on in the game and around the game in this market. That's part and parcel of it. Obviously, we're open for criticism with the lack of success that we've had, and we have to accept that. But we've done some good things in the games too. And the one issue for us is more than anything is that we seem to have to be putting ourselves in a position of clawing back into games, and you can't and you won't have success if you continually have to do that.
How do you account for the lack of desperation over the past week, considering the circumstances of the games and the separation you could have put between teams and yourself?
I don't know if I agree that there's a lack of desperation. I think there's a desperation in some parts of the game that it looks like it's absent. I think that we've shown that when we are a desperate hockey club in parts of the game, we can apply pressure and we can get ourselves back into games. I think the issue for us is that we have to focus on the small things right now, because if you focus on every little thing that goes wrong out there, then you become embottled or maybe lack of confidence, and I think we display those things more than we display lack of desperation.
Does it give you some pause on who will start tomorrow, given the fact that you pulled Reimer last night?
You make the decision who you feel is going to give you the best opportunity to have success in the game, and that's not going to change. What happened last game is surely you take that into consideration, but the most important thing is that the individual that we choose to represent us at that position tomorrow night, we feel confident he can get the job done.
What kind of game is it going to take to beat the St. Louis Blues?
Well, we watched their game against Pittsburgh in a 1-0 hockey game, so it's a tight checking. You're going to have to move, and they're a big, strong hockey club, and we have a speed team that when we skate and move the puck effectively through the neutral ice and establish that forecheck, we can be an effective hockey club. So, we know that they're a good team. We know that they went through a little bit of a rough patch here, but they responded with a big game against Pittsburgh yesterday afternoon.
Is Ranger
Bowling
game?
changed last night. He signaled with his hand before he changed. I wasn't sure whether he was too slow on the change or the bench was too slow in
I think what happened on the change there, we had a defenseman pinch down on the side wall, and Boley was in position, and I don't think he realized that the puck was in their forward's hand when he made the hand motion to go to the bench. In that situation, I would say that Boland was more at fault for changing specifically then with them having the puck in the neutral ice, because it was impossible for the player coming off the bench to get into the play, and he acknowledged that, and what are you going to do? You move on.
Is Ranger a game time then, or is it too far away?
With Rangers skating today, I think that he's a possibility for tomorrow. I can't say that he's going to be available. We'll see how he feels in the morning.
Same with Bernier, a possibility?
I would say both players are going to have to give us the green light to indicate to us when they're available.